Hello, my fellow Nigerians. I just felt I should do this quick video of how to apply for a new passport or renew a new passport in Nigeria using the e-portal. That means the online portal for application and renewal. There are several other things that you can do on that portal. This system was introduced by this new Minister of Internal Affairs that recently, and so many people have praised the new system that is a lot faster and easier to use, and so I thought I should try it out for myself. Here I live in Lagos, so I said, okay, I've been there at their office physically in the past, and the process was chaotic. You had so many people outside waiting for their cases to be attended to. All sorts of things are done there. So I said, okay, I've heard some people say that this whole process is a lot better. So I decided to go online. So the first thing I noticed was when you search for renewing passport in Nigeria, several links will come up, including the international links, right? The international links for Nigerian embassies, including the ones for Washington, for UK, and all that. So if you are not careful enough, you click on the wrong link, and then it takes you to a different place, and then you would have started trying to impute data before you realize that you are really not in the right place. So you have to look for the one that says passport.immigration.gov.ng, right? HTTPS, which is the address, passport.immigration.gov.ng. Now, once you get there, it would allow you to pick, it will take you to the page where you can see various options, right? Passport application services. And then you click on apply for renewal or reissue, right? So you go to the pages and then you start entering your information. But that is probably the easiest part, because once you start the process, you start having to fill in different information, and then you get to a point where you got to slow down because you need to impute some documents, like when they ask for documents, or even if you stay some time and hold, you are doing it in between other activities. At the end of say a certain amount of time, I don't know the exact time, you would still continue your information input, but when you get to the point where you want to submit at a certain stage of imputing your passport information, the system would throw an error. It's going to tell you cannot submit, and then everything you've done at that point, you would end up, everything is lost. At that point, you would have generated a reference number, but the first time it happened to me, it generated the reference number, and then I thought, okay, yeah, this thing has been saved in the system, only for me to find out that it needed another number, application number, which had not been generated at that point. And even at that point, I have not made payment. So I had to, I tried to track the application. After spending so much time, I couldn't get it because I knew an application number needed to be generated. So I had to go off again. I started all over again. Started the process, impute everything, first page, verify my passport, only to get to a point again. I got to the point where it was asking for upload of my data, of my documents. I put in all the documents. In fact, the first while I had was the passports. The passport photographs were not okay. The system will tell you that I didn't expose the passport to enough light. The light was bad, everything. So I had to try and try. I had to set up a stage in my house, put a white background, because the system does not allow room for you to use filters. You cannot use a system to change the background to white, right? Because that means maybe the image will now be diluted. So I had to put a white background in my house and take a passport photograph. I didn't even try to crop it. I just made sure the one I had even the proper lighting, and then I uploaded like that, and the system automatically took it. I was so relieved at that point. I said, okay, yeah, I've passed the stage, let's move on. He now brought up a page where you needed to impute all the information, your information of local government, next of kin, and your address and everything. I thought I'd gone past that, only for me to get to the submit button to move on to the sixth stage. The system logged me out again and said there's an error. It has this red message that comes up, there's an error. And I was doing this thing late at night, hoping that the server is less busy, that I'll be able to capture everything. But up to everything was to no avail. It was so frustrating at that point. So I now realized, then I was trying to submit over and over and over again, but it didn't work. It kept on bringing up that red message. So what did I do? I now went to my browser settings and cleared the cookies, right? Because the system was not even allowing me to go to a new page anymore. I had to clear the browser data, the cookies, and then start again. The system allowed me. So I now realized that I needed to be very, very fast. Now I already had all my documents ready. I had my passport photograph ready, and so I just started very fast because I already have all the information in my hand. I imputed everything. I went to phase 1 to phase 5 very quickly. We are talking less than 5 minutes, and so when I submitted, everything came up, and it now generated the application number and then the reference number at the same time. I was given the option to make my payment. I used Paystack. It went very smoothly, and then at the end of the whole process, I had to go and track. And when I went to the tracking to track my application, lo and behold, my application was there. It said payment has been received, and there's a next stage that I would be watching out for until it gets to when they say passport is ready. But before that time, I had to also check to know that there is an appointment date on the system. They will show you that when you are imputing your information, to ask you to check if there is an appointment date. So that is what I did. So that now you know what to do. Don't end up wasting time like me, because it cost me a lot of time. I almost got frustrated. I almost didn't want to complete it, but at the end of the day, I did. Thank you. All right, I hope it helps someone.